Archangel Michael says, your email is scheduled to send a damaging confession in 18 minutes. The draft is here. Open to cancel the send. This is the warning you almost scrolled past. Stop. Do not move your thumb. Do not let your eyes wander to the next video. This is not an algorithm showing you random content. This is a divine interception. Archangel Michael has stepped into the timeline of your day because a countdown has started that you cannot see. 18 minutes. That is all that stands between you and a disaster that has been carefully, quietly engineered to destroy the reputation you have spent years building. You are holding your device right now, perhaps sitting in a room that feels safe, or maybe you are stealing a moment of quiet in a busy day. You think you are alone with your thoughts. You think your digital life is secure. But I am here to tell you that a draft has been saved. A scheduled command has been locked into the system. It is an email. It is written in your voice. It uses your phrases. It signs off with your name. But you did not write it. It is a confession. A damaging, bridge-burning, heartbreaking confession of things you never did, of thoughts you never had, and of betrayals you would never commit. And in exactly 18 minutes, unless you listen to every word I am about to say, that email will be sent. It is scheduled to go to the people whose opinion matters most to you. It is set to land in the inbox of the person who holds the keys to your financial future. It is set to ping the phone of the one person you have been trying so hard to protect. The send button has already been pressed on a delay. The server is ticking down. The digital packet is waiting at the gate. You feel a tightness in your chest right now, don't you? That is not anxiety. That is your spirit recognizing the truth before your mind can catch up. You have felt this shadowing you for weeks. Think back to 3 days ago. You walked into a room and the conversation stopped. You felt a coldness from someone who used to be warm. You told yourself it was your imagination. You told yourself you were just tired, that you were overthinking it. But you were not overthinking. You were sensing the setup. There is a feeling you get sometimes, late at night, when the house is quiet and the lights are out. You feel like an outsider in your own life. You look at your family, your friends, your co-workers, and you feel a glass wall between you and them. You scream but no one hears. You give and give and give, pouring from a cup that is never refilled, and yet, you are always the one they blame when a drop is spilled. I see you. I see the weight you carry in the quiet moments after everyone else is asleep. You are the one who checks the locks. You are the one who worries about the bills. You are the one who remembers the birthdays and the doctor appointments. You are the glue holding a cracking vase together. And because you are the strong one, because you are the light, you have attracted a shadow. This email is not an accident. It is not a glitch. It is a weapon. Someone has been watching you. They have studied your cadence. They know how you type. They know the words you use when you are angry and the words you use when you are sorry. They have crafted this damaging confession to sound exactly like you at your breaking point. They want the world to think you have finally snapped. They want to paint you as unstable. They want to steal your credibility so that when you finally speak the truth about them, no one will believe you. Archangel Michael stands at the door of your digital life right now. His sword is drawn. He is holding back the hands of the clock. He has frozen the server for this brief window of time to give you this message. He says, the draft is here. The poison is in the outbox. You have 18 minutes to cancel the send. But to cancel it, you must understand where it came from. You must understand who put it there. And you must understand why this is happening today, on this specific date, at this specific hour. This is not about technology. The computer, the phone, the email client, these are just tools. The real war is spiritual. The real attack is on your destiny. Think about the last week. Think about the small things that went wrong. The keys you couldn't find. The file that wouldn't save. The unexpected bill that drained your account just as you were getting ahead. The argument that started over nothing. These were not random bad luck. These were the tremors before the earthquake. These were the enemy testing your defenses. You have a gift, my child. You have a light that irritates the demons in others. You walk into a room and the atmosphere changes. You don't even have to speak. Your very presence demands truth, and liars hate that. There is someone in your circle, a friend, who compliments you with a smile that doesn't reach their eyes, a family member who jokes about your failures, a colleague who is always just a little too curious about your mistakes. They are the architect of this draft. They could not find any dirt on you because you walk in integrity. You make mistakes, yes, you are human, but you own them. You are honest. You work hard. You have a heart that forgives even when it should not. So, because they could not find a stain on your garment, they decided to throw ink on you. They decided to manufacture a fall. This email contains a confession of theft. Not of money, perhaps, but of ideas. Of credit. Or maybe it confesses to a secret hatred of the very people you love. It is designed to isolate you. If this email sends, the phone calls will stop. The invitations will end. The trust will be broken. You will be left standing alone in the wreckage, trying to explain that you didn't do it, that you didn't write it, while the person who did sits back and watches you burn. But they forgot one thing. They forgot who you belong to. They forgot that you are not just a person navigating the world alone. They forgot that you have a guard. They forgot that when they plot in the dark, I see them in the light. They forgot that I am the God who reveals secrets. I am the God who uncovers the deep things. I am the God who turns the trap back on the hunter. Archangel Michael has placed a shield over the send function. He is holding the connection. But his hold is tied to your faith. It is tied to your awareness. You cannot stop what you do not see. That is why you are here. That is why you are watching this. You are not one of the scrollers. Look at them. Look at the millions of people who swiped past this message. They are asleep. They are walking through life with their eyes closed, stepping into traps they cannot see. But you stopped. You paused. Something in your spirit grabbed you and said, "Listen." That is your power. That is your difference. The timeline is moving. The countdown is now at 14 minutes. I need you to focus. I need you to clear your mind of the noise. Forget the laundry. Forget the dinner plans. Forget the text you were about to send. Nothing matters more than this moment. Your enemy thinks they have won. They are likely checking their watch right now, waiting for the chaos to start. They are waiting for your phone to ring with angry questions. They are waiting to see the tears in your eyes. But they are about to be disappointed. Because you are about to flip the script. This email, this draft, this damaging confession, it is tethered to a spirit of confusion. The enemy wants you to panic. They want you to run to your computer and start frantically searching, clicking, changing passwords in a frenzy. No. That is what they want. If you panic, you feed the energy of the attack. We do not panic. We command. Archangel Michael says, "Stand still." The battle is not fought with frantic fingers. It is fought with a focused spirit. The device in your hand is a portal. The screen you are looking at is a mirror. The words I am speaking are the key code to the lock. Let's go deeper. Why now? Why today? Because you are on the verge of a breakthrough. You know this. You have felt the shift. For the last 3 months, you have been in a season of struggle, a season of almost. You almost got the job. You almost fixed the relationship. You almost saved enough money. But every time you got close, something pushed you back. That was the resistance. That was the wind blowing against you because you were walking in the right direction. But in the last few days, the wind changed. You felt a burst of hope. You woke up with a new idea. You met someone who wants to help you. A door that has been welded shut for years suddenly showed a crack of light. The enemy saw that light too. And they were terrified. They know that if you walk through that door, they can never touch you again. They know that this next level of your life brings a protection and a prosperity that is beyond their reach. So this email, this 18-minute countdown, is their final, desperate attempt to chain you to the past. It is a Hail Mary from the dark side. They want to shame you into silence. They want to create a scandal so big that you are too embarrassed to walk through your open door. They want you to hide. But I have not given you a spirit of fear. I have given you a spirit of power. The confession in that draft is a lie. But there is a confession that needs to be made. Not by you, but by them. And it will be. Watch what happens when you refuse to be afraid. Watch what happens when you look at the ticking clock and smile. The mirror technique of the enemy is to project their own sins onto you. The things written in that fake email, the greed, the malice, the betrayal, those are actually a description of the person who wrote it. They are confessing their own heart, but they signed your name. This is a spiritual identity theft. But identity cannot be stolen from a child of the King. I am peeling back the layers now. I am showing you the face of the one who did this. You don't want to believe it. You are shaking your head. You are saying, no, not them. We have been through so much together. But listen to your gut. Listen to that small, quiet voice that warned you about them 2 years ago. Remember that time they accidentally forgot to tell you about the meeting? Remember the time they jokingly insulted you in front of a crowd? Remember the way they looked at you when you bought your new car? It wasn't happiness. It was calculation. They have been drafting this destruction for a long time. But Archangel Michael has stepped in front of the server. He has placed his hand over the digital pathways. 12 minutes remain. The urgency is real. This is not a metaphor. The energy is building up in the unseen realm like a storm cloud about to burst. If you do nothing, the rain will fall, and it will be acid. It will corrode the trust you have built. But if you act, not with your hands, but with your spirit, you can dissolve the cloud. You must understand the mechanics of this curse. It relies on your ignorance. It relies on you not knowing it exists until it is too late. The moment you became aware of it. The moment you stopped scrolling and started listening to this message, the power of the curse began to weaken. Exposure is the enemy of evil. Evil needs the dark to operate. By shining this light on the 18-minute countdown, we have already begun to cancel the code. But we must finish the job. We must not just stop the email. We must send it back to the sender. Not the digital file, but the spiritual intent. The harm they intended for you must return to them, not as vengeance, but as justice. A boomerang of truth. Imagine the email in your mind. See the subject line. It probably says something urgent, something that demands to be opened. The truth, or I can't hide this anymore, or I'm sorry. See the body of the text. Paragraph after paragraph of lies twisted with just enough truth to make it believable. They used your vulnerability against you. They took the secrets you told them in confidence and weaponized them. Now, see the timer. Ticking down. Archangel Michael is waiting for your command. He cannot violate your free will. If you choose to ignore this, if you choose to click away and say, "This is just a video," he will step aside. He will let the natural laws of the world take over. The server will execute the command. The email will send. And you will have to deal with the fallout. But you are not going to do that. You are chosen. You are awake. You are going to take authority. You are going to cancel the send. The person who did this believes you are weak. They believe you are oblivious. They are sitting in their home right now, perhaps scrolling on their own phone, waiting for the notification that the damage is done. They are smug. They feel powerful. They have no idea that you are having a conversation with God. They have no idea that the Creator of the universe has tipped you off. They are playing checkers, and we are playing 4D chess. 10 minutes. The window is tightening. The pressure is rising. You might feel a headache starting behind your eyes. That is the spiritual pressure. Push back against it. Breathe. Inhale peace. Exhale fear. This is the turning point. This is the moment where the victim becomes the victor. You have spent too many years being the victim of other people's narratives. You have let them tell your story. You have let them define who you are. Oh, she's the quiet one. Oh, he's the one who always messes up. Oh, they never follow through. Lies. All lies. You are a warrior. You are a survivor. You have walked through fire and come out not smelling of smoke. You have faced giants and brought them down with a single stone. And you will not be taken out by a cowardly email scheduled in the dark. The injustice of this situation burns, I know. It makes you angry. Good. Use that anger. Do not let it turn into bitterness. Let it turn into fuel. Let it be the fire that burns the ropes that bind you. The antagonist in your story, this friend, this partner, they have overplayed their hand. By trying to destroy you completely, they have forced you to step into your full power. They wanted to bury you, but they didn't know you were a seed. 8 minutes. The timeline is non-negotiable. The angels are moving. The atmosphere in your room is shifting. Can you feel the static in the air? Can you hear the ringing in your ears? That is the sound of celestial armor clanking into place. Michael is ready. His legions are ready. They are surrounding your digital footprint. They are firewalling your reputation. But there is a specific lock that must be turned. The email is held in a drafts folder that is not on your screen. It is in the drafts folder of the universe. It is a pending reality. To delete it, you must reject it with your whole being. You must say, that is not my story. You must look at the accusatory words and say, I do not accept this delivery. In the physical world, when a package comes to your door that you didn't order, you refuse it. You tell the courier, take it back. You don't sign for it. You don't bring it inside. You don't open it to see what's inside. You send it back. This confession is a package from hell. Do not sign for it. The enemy is counting on your curiosity. They are counting on you reading it and getting scared. They want you to engage with the lie. Do not engage. Reject. 6 minutes. We are entering the critical zone. The red zone. This is where the enemy usually wins because this is where people panic. They see the time running out and they make a mistake. They lash out. They send a text asking, "Did you do this?" Do not contact the enemy. Do not alert them that you know. If you tell them you know, they will just manually send the email. They will speed up the process. We need them to think the plan is proceeding on schedule. We need them to be comfortable. We need them to be asleep at the wheel while we cut the brake lines of their car. Silence is your weapon right now. Let them think you are ignorant. Let them think you are helpless. In the silence, God speaks loudest. In the stillness, the miracle happens. You are about to witness a divine reversal that will be talked about in your family for generations. They will say, "Remember when that attack was launched against her, and it completely backfired? Remember how the person who tried to ruin him ended up ruining themselves?" That is the testimony we are writing right now. 4 minutes. The tension is at its peak. You are holding the line. You are the gatekeeper of your own destiny. I need you to visualize the email. A black envelope with red wax. Now visualize Archangel Michael's sword. It is blue, glowing with white heat. He is not just going to delete the email. He is going to sever the connection between you and the person who wrote it. This is a soul tie cutting. This is a liberation. The reason they could write this email, the reason they knew your voice so well, is because you let them in too deep. You gave them access to your heart. You cast your pearls before swine, and now they are turning to rend you. It stops today. The access is revoked. The password is changed. The door is bolted. 2 minutes. We are almost there. The cancellation is processing. The spiritual upload of your rejection is hitting the heavenly servers. But wait. There is something else. As Michael looks at the draft, he sees something hidden in the code. Something the enemy didn't even know was there. The enemy thought they were writing a simple lie. But in their arrogance, they left a digital fingerprint. A trace. A metadata tag that leads directly back to their own hidden closet of skeletons. This is not just a defense. This is an offense. By trying to frame you, they have inadvertently created the evidence that will convict them. 1 minute. The clock is ticking. The seconds are falling away. 59, 58, 57. Hold your ground. Do not blink. The hand of God is hovering over the delete button. But listen to me. This is crucial. The cancellation of the email is not the end of the danger. It is only the beginning of the revelation. Because what I am about to tell you next changes everything. The email was a distraction. It was a flare sent up to make you look left while the real thief came in from the right. The 18 minutes are up. The send has been blocked. The draft has dissolved into digital dust. You are safe from the confession. But you are not safe from the source. The person who wrote it is still out there. And they have a backup plan. They have a plan B that is already in motion. And this one doesn't have a countdown you can see. You need to know what plan B is. You need to know what they are planning to do at sunrise tomorrow. Are you ready to go deeper? Are you ready to see the face of the enemy clearly? Because the screen is about to flicker. The signal is about to change. What comes next is not for the timid. It is not for the casual viewer. It is for the warrior who is ready to take back their territory. Prepare yourself. The revelation is coming. Do not leave. The most important instruction is hidden in the next breath. The silence you hear now is the calm before the counterstrike. Archangel Michael has sheathed his sword, but he has not left your side. He is pointing to something in the corner of the room. Something you missed. Something that has been collecting dust while you were busy worrying about the email. The enemy knew you would focus on the reputation attack. They wanted you looking at the screen. Type Amen.